Well, hey crafty friends, happy Saturday to you, or whatever day of the week it might be if you're watching this on replay. I am super excited about this project today. I'm going to show you from start to finish, how to create the look of denim on wood. It's amazing. And then we're going to stencil them with some really cute sunflower stencils. So as you're hopping on, say hello, let me know where you're watching from, feel free to sprinkle, all that good stuff. Okay, so this idea, I had heard about this for maybe the last year, but never taken the time to investigate it. And then one of the owners of Magnolia Design Company, Lisa, did a project yesterday where she showed how to do it. So I was like, oh my gosh, this is so easy. I have to do this on DiyDreaming. So that's what we're going to be doing today. And I can almost guarantee that you're going to be so amazed that you're going to want to get some jeans and some blue paint and try it out. Anyways, as you're hopping on, say hello, let me know where you're watching from, feel free to sprinkle, all that good stuff. Okay, so the project starts out with some jeans. I bought these after I saw Lisa's video at Goodwill. Sometimes their prices are so terrible, but I really wanted to do this project, so I bought it for $8.24. They're men's Levi's that I'm cutting apart and using different pieces of them. It's going to involve some wood pieces like this or something like this. Really, it could be any kind of wood you want. It's going to involve white paint, which I just used my basic Waverly white chalk acrylic paint. It's going to involve some blues. And these are the two blues that I'm using. I could not really find exactly the blue that I wanted, so I'm combining. This is Apple Barrel Matte English Navy, and this is Apple Barrel Indoor Outdoors Gloss Real Blue. I got both of these at Walmart. And then we'll be using some sunflower stencils and some white chalk paste. So let's start at the very beginning. Okay, the first thing that you're going to want to do is take your plain surface and put 2 coats of white, or it could be cream, but I think I like the white better. I have some over here that I fiddled around with last night using what I had on hand before I went to get a different blue. Anyways, I like the white better, but you could use a creamy white or an ivory color too. So you're going to paint 2 coats on any kind of wood surface, whatever you choose to use. It doesn't matter. And okay, so I have done that here, and I have done that. This is the same wood board that I showed you this. Hey, and look how cute my t-shirt turned out. We did these yesterday. Wise Men Still Seek Him. It's so comfy. Yeah. So this is the same board from Walmart for $5. It was $5.97 in the craft section. So I painted both of these 2 coats of white paint. I've also painted this little wood board, one side of it, white with 2 coats of paint. And then the next thing I'm going to do is, let's start with this one in the middle. Next thing I'm going to do is I am just going to go over this white with some super fine I'm a terrible painter. So I'm just going to, get rid of some of the bumps and bumps that are on here. Honestly, it probably doesn't even matter, but that's the first step. Okay, and then I'm going to mix up my blue. You guys are going to be amazed. Oh, and we need to figure out what we want to use. So I was thinking for this board that I want to use a back pocket. What do you guys think? Okay, so I tell you what, the first cut was hard. I was like, oh, I hate to cut these pants up. Oh, well. So I'm going to just take the pocket, basically, and the seam. So I guess I'll go up to here. We have been doing a lot of sorting out the junk in our house and doing donations. So we did not have any jeans that I could use. Maybe you do. If you do, use what you have. Don't go buy something new. If you don't, you can buy any kind of jeans, any kind of men's, women's, children's, whatever. I was looking for Levi's brand, specifically when I was at my Goodwill yesterday, but it doesn't have to be Levi's brand. And then I grabbed the biggest size I could get, so I'd have a lot of denim for $8. So what do you guys think so far? Look how cute this turned out. Is that adorable or what? I cannot wait for you to see this whole process. Okay, so I'm going to mix up my blue. And I'm just doing about equal parts of these two apple barrel paints. You can use absolutely whatever color blue you have, or go get some new blue. This is just craft paint, acrylic craft paint, quick duck drying. Okay, I need a brush of some sort. I'll use this one. And I'm just going back in the same a paper bowl, and I'm mixing it up. And then when I do this, I am going to put it over the edges too. And I'll show you that. Okay, so I'm going to work on this piece of parchment paper right here. And you know what? Let me scooch my phone back a little bit so you can have a better view. Okay. So now I'm just going to put a generous coat of this on, and I'm going to put it first on the sides because it'll be easier to hold on to. And I did not paint the back of this, so I could come back later and do that side as well if I wanted. Did I get all of that? Okay. So just put it down right there. Let me get a paper towel for my fingers. I will hold this up as we're going along since I'm a little bit further back, but I wanted you to be able to see the whole thing. So now I'm just going to put one pretty generous coat of this blue mixture that kind of reminds me of traditional denim on here. And if you missed the start, or you're hopping on midstream, come back and watch from the beginning. This is not my original idea. I had heard of it a few years ago, and then one of the owners of Magnolia, Lisa, did a video on it yesterday. She used the cutest little cowboy boot stencil, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have got to try this. So I went to Goodwill, and then I went to Walmart to get some blue paint, and now I'm ready to go. Okay, so it has the blue paint all over it. This is what we're going to be using. And I'm just trying to think, how do I want it to go on here? We may have to come back and do the handle, but I'm just going to lay it on and we'll see how it lands. So you lay your jean, your denim down, and then you're just pressing into it, pressing it into the paint, being careful not to scooch it or slide it around. And then I'm going to press on the sides. because I want the design to be on the sides of this too. And let's get one more piece of denim, or let me just cut some off right here so that I can do the handle. That's still not big enough. Okay, let me just get a new piece. I'm just going to lay this on the handle. I'm pushing it down on the sides. You do want to, I think, this is what my experience has shown me so far, you want to move pretty quickly so that you can get, it's almost like you're getting an impression in the paint from the denim. I'm going to pull that off and let's peek. And anywhere where you have super thick amounts, you can rub a little bit more. You do want to pull it up before it's all completely dry and permanently stuck to your surface. This is so awesome. Wow. Okay, so I'm going to toss this. I don't think that you could probably use it more than once. Let me show you what this looks like. Do you see? Let me come closer. Can you see the jeans? And it should be on the sides too. Pretty amazing, huh? Okay, let's set this aside and let's do another one. Let's do this long one and then we'll do this one. And then we'll stencil, okay? This is just way too cool to just do one. Okay, I'm looking at my denim to decide what I want. I like the seams a lot. They're really cool. So I think, you know what, for the back of this one, we might just do a big piece of denim. Because I have already done this side. Isn't that amazing? Oh, gosh. Yeah, this will work. Okay, so I have, oh, I just knocked my stencils off. Hang on. So I think I have enough paint here to keep going. You know what, I'm going to add a little bit more. And I might add just a little teeny spritz of water to keep it super moist. So you can use really any kind of paint that you want. And you don't necessarily have to do blue. It's up to you. Okay, so I'm just going to apply this. And I'm putting it on the edges a little bit for this one too, because when I was doing the other side, I kind of made a mess. Let's see. Okay, let's get this on. think I forgot to sand this one. Oh well, it probably does not matter at all. Okay. So I've just painted it a thick coat of blue over the top of 2 coats of white paint. And this board also came from Walmart. It was also $5 in the craft section. I'm just kind of pressing around some of the edges. Okay, let's peek. Oh my gosh. Even the areas of the denim that don't have any, you know, seams or whatever, they are super interesting. So I'm going to toss this. And what is that? Oh, I've got a couple pieces of denim that fell off. And here's the other side. Can you believe that it does that? It's amazing. Okay, and then let's do this last one, and then I'll show you how I'm going to dry it and we'll stencil it. Okay, so let's do something on this one. I am wondering if this area where those jeans kind of get a little crinkled, if that could be interesting, so let's try that. I do want to leave it plain enough though that I can, and I'll leave that pocket in case I want to do that another time, so that I can put a stencil with a design on it. These poor jeans. They are cut up. I think I'll come back and do some little prints on the sides with this excess piece right here. Okay, so let's do the same thing. Did I say any of my normal stuff? Hello. How are you guys doing? Hope you're having a good weekend. Let me get another piece of this second paper. Feel free to ask questions. Feel free to sprinkle. All that normal stuff. I am going to take this look one step further, so stay with me until the very end. It's easier if you do the sides first. Who thinks that they're going to try this? Who is inspired by this idea and wants to try it? Anyone? Oh, God, lots of paint everywhere. Okay. So I'm going to put this on right here. I think I've gotten everything. Take a little peek. Okay, it didn't really show where those crinkles were in the jeans, but you can tell that these are jeans for sure. And I think it looks awesome. So here's this one. All right. Get rid of some of this mess here, and we'll go on to the next step. And I'll show you all the completed projects. If you're joining now, hey, feel free to ask questions. I'll go over all the supplies at the end again, so stay with me if you want to know. I'll tell you what colors of paint I used and that kind of thing. But this is one of those projects where you should use what you like, what you maybe have on hand. Use what you have whenever possible. That's what I always say. Okay, so I have been using my blow dryer instead of a heat gun today to get things to dry. So I'm going to do that with this one. And I can come back and do this side, but you guys look. It's almost too cool to do anything to it, and it's still wet, so let me keep going. Somebody just asked, why the blow dryer, not the heat tool? This Magnolia heat tool. My blow dryer is got super heavy duty force. So I'm just trying to do this as quick as possible. I could use the other thing. How to stencil on this. Uh-oh. I got some little blobs of white paint on the other side. I'm just going to scrape them off. So we're going to do this side that has the seam that I did earlier today to get us all ready to go. And I have a ton of different choices. I mean, there's so many options with stencils these days, but I'm going for a sunflower theme today. So I have several choices. There's this stencil that looks terrible because I've used it a ton, and it says, when you can't find the sunshine, be the sunshine. And then it has this awesome sunflower and this awesome bee. So I'm going to use just the sunflower. And I'm just going to use part of it The other one that's a really cute one is this one. It's 2 pieces. I used it a ton this summer, and it says, in a field of roses, she is a sunflower, and then it's like a half sunflower. So we might use that on one of these other ones. And then I have the Magnolia sunflower quads, which this is a newer set, and I love it. And this is one that I did last night when I was fiddling around. I used that home stencil on it. This was just a different blue that I didn't, this was a mixture of what I had on hand, and I didn't like it. It didn't look as much like denim. So, but now I'm looking at it, it's not too bad, really. I'll never be able to replicate that color, so don't even ask. Okay, so I'm going to take my stencil off the backing sheet, and I am going to fuzz it well because I don't want it to pull up my paint. And the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of clear wax on it. Well, okay, why am I fuzzing? Well, these green stencils from MagnoliaDIY.com are super sticky, which is good, but sometimes that super stickiness, can stretch your stencil when you're pulling it up, or it could sometimes pull up a little bit of whatever you have on your surface. So I'm using the Magnolia clear wax, and I'm just going to use just a little bit on this little funky old t-shirt. Just putting some of it on, just a little bit. I'm going to buff it. It's not changing the surface of my wood piece at all. And that's what I did before I did this one. Magnolia does have a bunch of stencils that are, that are like farmhouse or cows and pigs and chickens or cowboy boots and a cowboy hat. So if you want that look, I'll give you a link to my website and you can take a peek. Why the wax? The wax is just to help me get a clear, crisp stencil, because when you're working on wood, sometimes it can have a tendency to pull your medium down into the pores, even if you've painted it or stained it, and then kind of spread it out. And by using a little bit of wax or a clear sealer spray, you kind of cut that off so that the wood can't suck the medium down into its pores and then make it look fuzzy. So that's why. All right, and this is just your basic white chalk paste. Nothing crazy about that, and I'm using a small cut apart squeegee. I'm doing this off center, which I think is going to look great. And I have way too much chalk paste, as usual. Okay, so it's on there, so I'm going to use the flat side of my squeegee to just pull any big lumps that are on here off. Make sure I've gotten all the way to the edge. Okay, and this is what it looks like. And, oh my gosh, you guys, oh my goodness. That is really fabulous. So I would probably do something on the handle. Isn't it cute? Oh my gosh. It looks like maybe the back of somebody's denim jacket. And it was just purely accidental how that seam went. You know, you could totally plan this out to do your designs exactly how you want, but yeah. Okay, so let's do this one now. And I'm going to do the same thing with the wax. And I'm going to do another one of these little sunflower quads to go with this one. So you just use the eensy teensy weensiest bit of wax. And this has no scent. I've used other waxes before where it was so stinky that I was like, oh, this is terrible. I'm going to do the one that says home. Uh-oh. This one's looking terrible because I've used it. I used it a lot this early fall when it was new. Pretty straight. Okay, so same deal. Okay, let's talk about chalk paste for 2 seconds while I'm doing this. Chalk paste can have a tendency to dry out. It's just a fact of life. Because it's made out of calcium bicarbonate, which is a hard surface. It's the stuff that they make chalk markers for, chalk sticks for, you know, the blackboard for when we were in school. So if you notice that yours is starting to get a little dry or hard, you can use some distilled water. Okay, I let that bleed just a little bit because I was talking, but it's going to be fine. I can fix it after. You can use a little distilled water and stir it good regularly to keep it in good shape. Oh, that's so cute! But just know that chalk paste has a shelf life. They say on the website of 6 months. I would say if you take good care of it, you can extend the life to a year by always closing your lid promptly, by using distilled water to dilute it, thin it out, and stir it up a little bit. And then don't keep it somewhere where it's in the hot sun or that kind of thing. Those look so good. Okay, now let's do this one. And I have to think, what do I even want to do? Because this is so dang cute. You know what? I might be completely boring and just put one flower like right here on the handle. What do you guys think about that idea? Because I like being able to see the pocket. Mary says, wow, that's amazing, isn't it? Oh my gosh. I am surprised that I have not done it before. I had heard about it. I probably saw it on Pinterest some night when I was not sleeping and I was wandering around there, and I probably saved pictures and meant to try it, and then I just got distracted with 100 other kinds of craft projects. And then yesterday I saw Lisa, she's one of the owners of Magnolia. I saw her do a project with, that was denim, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have got to try it. I'm going to cut this a little bit smaller. It's brand new. I have not used this piece, and it does not need to be such a gigantic thing. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get a Sharpie and label the back. Okay, and I'm for sure gonna fuzz this really well. Okay, so what is fuzzing? Fuzzing is just making your stencil slightly less sticky, so that when you pull it up, you aren't stretching your stencil and making it curly, and also so you aren't pulling up the paint or whatever you have on your surface. You can fuzz on a t-shirt, You can fuzz on a pair of jeans, you can fuzz on a low lint tea towel, or you can fuzz on the Magnolia DIY.com. This is called a tacky towel. This is a good thing to have because the inside you can dry your stencils with. And it cuts the stickiness just a little bit without putting a ton of gunk in your stencil. Okay, I'm just trying to decide, how do I want this to sit? I think like that. What do you guys think? I mean, I could put something down here, but I think the pocket is so amazing that I don't want to do anything to distract from that. Let me get another paper towel. But honestly, you can do this project easy, and you can use whichever stencils appeal to you. You can use cream paint as that first level, or you can use white. You can come up with whatever blue combo you like. I used these two colors. They're apple barrel paint from Walmart, real blue and English navy. I just combined them. And then you can use whatever kind of denim you have handy. Cut it up. Experiment. I'll probably do something to the other side. Just have fun. Oh my gosh, this is such a cool project. Let me move everything out of the way and then I'll show you what we've got here. And then I'm going to have some serious cleaning up to do. And I will get good pictures for you. And hopefully I'll be able to get all this off my hands. So, here's the long one. This board is just a wood cutting board. It's decorative from Walmart craft section. It was like $5 and something cents. It was just plain wood. This is also a wood cutting board from Walmart craft section. It's decorative. It was around $5 and something cents. And then these are just these little wood pieces. I have one still here that I haven't used yet. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Just unfinished little wood things. These came from Walmart also. And so I painted everything white this time, as opposed to doing cream on this one. And this was a different combination of paint mixture. I don't even know what this actually was, what the combination actually was, because it was just some stuff that, some super old paint that I had that was like almost dried out and I tossed it. But, so that is what we did, and I am thrilled with how it turned out. Wow. Isn't it amazing? And you guys, I saw a video that Lisa Ramsey made from Magnolia yesterday, and it looked easy enough, so I just tried it a few times, and voila, the result is, I think, is pretty incredible, and it takes absolutely no skill or artistic ability, so you guys gotta try it. So if you liked this project, I would love it if you would consider sprinkling this video to your social media, and sprinkle just means share. It's a Facebook word. It just means you take this video and you put it on your Facebook page, or if you're in craft groups that allow that kind of thing, you share this video to one of those craft groups. So I'd love it if you'd sprinkle this if you liked it. If you want to see what I have coming up tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day, and I have lots of good stuff coming up including Christ in Crafting tomorrow. Then do a this, that's a thumb, or this, or say something to me in the comments, and make sure you've liked and followed this page. If you want links to any of these stencils or anything else, just tell me in the comments. I'm going to go sit down and I'll get those links out to you right away so you don't have to hunt this stuff down. The stencils and the chalk paste are from magnoliadiy.com. That's my website. And but I can give you an exact link so you don't have to look at 900 stencils before you find the one that you were looking for. What else? I think that's pretty much it. So we watch them later for pictures and more details. If you decide to do this, I absolutely 1,000,000% want to see pictures of what you come up with, because I feel like every single one of them is going to look different. So share your pictures over at Dreamy DIY. That's that group I set up. It's free for us to share our craft projects and our ideas. So if you haven't joined that group yet, you just go to Facebook, your search bar, and you type in Dreamy, D-R-E-A-M-Y, and then there's a space, and then DIY, and it'll bring up the group. Be sure to answer the questions so that myself or my admin can allow you into the group, and then look at the pictures that are there. There's some amazing crafters in this group, and share yours too. I want to see it. Okay, Bessie says she needs the wax. Well, just, I'll get you the wax link, but anyone else who wants this, just say wax in the comments, and I'll get you that information. Alrighty, you guys have a blessed and wonderful rest of your day. Give me, if you're watching live, give me 30 minutes to get through all these comments, because there's already, I don't even know how many, but a whole bunch to answer, and then I'll keep coming back and checking it, and I'll answer, as more questions or requests for links pop up. So you guys have a blessed and wonderful rest of your day. I'll see you guys later. Bye.